All kind of stupid people are there throughout the world.
And possibly Renuka Swami would have not been convicted. But now Darshan has shown his aggression.
But when people start stalking you to the extent where they're just irritating you, like this case, like what
Renuka
Swami.
Child bullying is a main issue. And then in school, when they become teens. Hi guys, welcome to our podcast. And we are going to speak about Dboss.
Yeah, the latest news about
Dboss. And women, safety, online cyber security,
Exactly.
lot more,
Cyberbullying.
and how to handle the cyberbullying.
Yeah.
So you know what happened with Darshan, and Kannada cinema is shaken by with
It's a shocking thing because we are also fans of Dboss.
correct.
We are from Bangalore, so
Fine, we are from Bangalore.
and it's a very sad thing whatever happened to either of the sites. It's a very unfortunate event, but the guy who died, right, his name's Renuka Swami.
Renuka Swami. Yes.
And but there's this thing that he was actually messaging that lady first. What was her name?
Pavitra Gowda.
Pavitra Gowda. So he was messaging some vulgar things also to her, and
Yeah.
according to one lead that I heard, right, it's like he did not like the way Darshan lived, so he wanted to try to change him. So that's why he was doing all this.
It's none of his business.
Exactly, like what is his problem if he does whatever he wants with his life? He's a star, man. Not just that, he did not harm anyone.
Correct.
He's living his life. And also this guy's married, right? The Renuka Swami.
He's expecting his child. He's married.
What is his work here?
Correct.
Unnecessary things. He could have just focused on his family. But despite that, if this thing, I think it's still under investigation, or
It is under investigation, and
but everyone is pointing out this event, right?
possible done by
Yeah.
Darshan.
But even if it is true, it's obviously not the best thing anyone could have done. But that anger is different when somebody close to you is being bullied or harassed by somebody, right?
Correct.
So,
So in this podcast, we are going to speak on how to handle this bullying.
online bullying.
Online bullying and
Physical.
maybe physical offline. If you have a female member in your family, and she might be a relative, she might be your daughter, she might be your friend,
Yeah.
or in your work atmosphere where one of your colleague is harassed by somebody.
Yeah.
So how do you handle that? So it might be a cyber bullying, but let's start. Where does this bullying start from?
From the school times, probably. Even earlier than that.
Maybe your childhood
There are always bullies in school, right?
bullies, definitely.
Yeah.
So again, people pass on a few sexual comments.
Yeah.
So
Catcalling.
people have to handle that.
Yeah.
And again, you find in streets the street vagabonds
Yeah.
who do
Whistle,
all this.
women.
Yes.
Yeah. All kind of things.
So we are going to speak on how to handle it.
Yeah.
On a male's perspective.
Yeah.
So
From our point of view, how it would be advisable,
how do you handle that if it happens to your loved ones?
see, when such a thing happens, first emotion that pops out is anger, right?
Correct.
So I think that's the same issue with this case also.
Yes.
Anger. But I think that is not the solution initially, but it's a very difficult thing to control. Correct. But I think it would be much better to decently deal with the situation first. Rather than reacting, you have to respond to that situation. It's like, instead of getting angry about it immediately, right? Like, keep your anger aside, analyze the situation really well, and see what are the best possible ways to deal with this. It's like, even we have law and order today in place, and law and order has evolved so much throughout the times, right? So it's better to use such a thing first.
So what do you say? What are the process one should follow to handle this?
See, I feel first step is to ignore this.
Okay.
Okay, because all kind of stupid people are there throughout the world. Okay, and they're going to do whatever they want to do. They have no aim in life. They don't have any kind of a meaning. That is why they engage in such kind of a behavior, right? If they had some purpose or some vision, they wouldn't do such things. So instead of the victim engaging in such a thing, right? It would be better to just ignore such a thing, especially women. Just ignore these stupid people, and they're pretty good at it. So
Correct.
it's good. You just follow that, ignore them. But when people start stalking you to the extent where they're just irritating you, like this case, like what
Renuka Swami
Renuka
has done.
Swami did to Pavitra Gowda, right?
Correct.
It's better to go to the cyber security if it's online, or if it is physically there, someone is there, and will inform the local police about it. That's the best thing. And before everything, inform it to the first person around you, your family members, the people who care about you. Inform it to them. Don't ever shy away from such things, because there are some people I've seen who don't tell their family members about these.
Yeah, that is wrong.
Yeah, that's very wrong, because tomorrow, what if the parents come to know about this, and it's not a very
If somebody is in trouble, the first thing they can do is take help.
exactly
Take help.
Take help. I mean, there are so many people in this world to really help. If you look, open your eyes and see, wonderful people are there around. And just because of that one negative incident, right? You can't think that everyone is going to be like that. There are wonderful people out there whom you can seek help from. But mainly, your parents are the ones who's going to come be there for you always. Apart from your parents, the rest other loved ones around you. That's it. So that's the first one. Ignore them. Second is go to the cops. Use the law. Use it to the full extent. And like the police are the law and order are very good with women. They support them a lot. Okay, despite whatever minor issues which are or minor cases, but majority it supports women. And the third thing is, if it doesn't go in hand, if all this doesn't work out, then I think social media is the best option.
Social media.
Take it in your own hands and upload it on social media. Say it to the world.
Correct.
That would be the best way.
But even if you upload the photos, the information about that person, you will be again threatened by that person again. So the third
Yeah,
point.
you can't get. That's the thing. You can't get. You don't have. First of all, don't get scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to be fearless, because if you give them that victim energy, right, they enjoy that. That's when these people are like psychopaths. That's why they try to come, try to grab hold of you again and again. So you have to be strong and deal with this situation straightforward, and just keep in mind that people will always be there to support. That is all. Don't think that you're alone in this.
Correct.
Okay.
So why can't I take action on my hands and do things what Darshan has done?
Because you will go to jail. If this was 1,000 years back, right, it would have been a totally different game, because men in those days, they would have just fought or chopped his head out or something like that would have happened. But today, because law and order is in place and it is a much more tighter administration,
Correct.
so it's going to be a difficult thing. Even if you have that anger, but politically you have to, keep yourself in that position where you don't get jailed.
Law and order comes when the things are done like what happened here now. But it doesn't help you before
Before the incident takes
the incident takes place.
I know. See, that's a very crucial point, because even you have this thing on the mobile, right? Like send SOS messages or like emergency messages. But by the time it goes and reaches and people trying to find you,
Correct.
it's going to be a very, what to say, within that time, right? How are people going to, reach there? See, I've seen, it's not like a comparison, but in US and all, right? If any incident is there, the cops come very fast.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yes, but here it's not like that, right? They'll take their time, and also because the traffic, everything involved, it's a reality. So that all comes back to you personally, how you deal with this. You have to be very strong spiritually, mentally, physically,
Yes.
and never give out that victim vibe. Don't have that victim mindset. If this thing is coming towards you, just tackle it straightforward and deal with it and finish it. Don't be scared about it. That's the reason these people keep doing this more. It's because when you get scared, they just want to take advantage of that,
Correct.
manipulate you and do all these things.
But what happens now is women's get this issues of teasing, sexual teasing. But
It's always been there throughout history.
it has been there, but the image of police law is so bad that women fear to go to these police stations or take actions against these culprits.
Yeah.
So you should have in your mind that these police law and order is there to help you out.
Correct. It's also that mindset that if this, it's also the news channels, media, right? They put out their name in such a,
Highlighted.
they highlight their names completely. So it obviously impacts their life in the long run.
Yeah.
People think that okay, this person has gone through all of this, so they have a negative remark, even though that person is innocent, hasn't done anything.
Correct.
So it's a dilemma actually, but you have to face it. If it happens to you, you have to face it, come out of it. Just stay strong and don't ever get into depression. This depression thing is a scam, it's bullshit.
Correct.
You can always get out of depression. It's not like once you become lonely, depressed. No, you're born alone. You can live your life. This depression is a scam. Always remember that. They just sell you pills, so it's all bullshit.
Life is always hard. You have to take it as a challenge and fight
Take
it out.
inspiration from people that have lived their life. Because all of us have done that. That's why we are also stronger every day. We're moving forward towards a better future. That's what we believe in.
Yeah.
So now coming back to this,
Incident, you have explained about the process how to handle these kind of issues, but psychologically men go through a lot of stress when this happens to their loved ones. So for example, if your loved ones is teased or sexually teased online or physically somewhere, so how do you react? Because it gives you too much stress on your mind. How do you handle that anger? That is the main point of this podcast, and we have to go deep into it. How do you handle that anger?
see, what I feel is, if I was in my teens, or me personally, I would have reacted very violently, and most of the people would have done that. Same thing happened with this case also.
The college fights happens because of females a lot of time. Yeah.
That's why I used to always tell my friends, and this was our thing, like, don't go for female fights,
Yes.
like, don't get into such trouble, because it's useless if you get into a fight like with the guys involved, right? So that's totally different. But just because of a girl you go fight and all, I think that's bullshit.
So
Okay. Yeah. But apart from that, first thing, anger. That's what comes to our mind. That as guys, how fast the testosterone rushes in. That's the first thing that comes. Violence. That's how we deal. See, it's a psychological fact that males, they deal with problems usually, a physical level. Women deal with it on a verbal level.
Okay.
Okay. So for us to deal with this and to control, there's a lot of self-understanding required. You have to be stoic about this. You need a lot of calmness. You need to learn to respond to things, not react to it. When you learn the ability to respond, right, then the way you deal with the situation would be a very conscious decision. You would rather first think about ignoring such things until it keeps coming back. Then you would take the next action, go to the cops.
Correct.
But in a country like India, I'm pretty sure people will think like, oh, that guy has influence. So if I go and complain, he might do something to me.
Correct.
So, see, this is the problem. Most of us, when we think such a thing and we leave that problem, we let it go, right? I'm saying if it prolongs, if you ignore it and it is done, that's a different thing. If it prolongs and you're still trying to ignore it, right, then you're giving that person an advantage to do more. That person will enjoy doing whatever he has to. But to put an end to it, you need the help of people around you, and you need the help of social media. Social media has, I know, destroyed so many lives, but social media has created and given people so many opportunities and lives too, right? Use social media for that. We are also using this podcast to deliver our knowledge and messages and interact with all of you.
Yeah.
So this is a very powerful platform. So uh, this is the best way, I feel,
Yeah.
rather than physically going and doing anything.
Correct.
To laws there and can lead to all kind of problems, but yeah, deal with it through social media.
But I have my own people. I have gang. So why not? I trash that person
Yeah.
a few times, not kill him. But I'm able to thrash him. If I go to police, I have to write a statement. It has to go through some
And
government process.
also the mindset is that police will already be involved with that gang. They'll have leniency towards them.
That is what people think. That is where the image of police gets disturbed.
Exactly.
So we should not think that they are connected with some
just because some cops have done certain things like that in the past doesn't mean all the police are like that.
Like that.
The training is not like that. They come with a mindset
Yeah,
for the country.
correct.
You
The Bangalore
know-
police are definitely not like that. I follow them in Instagram.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, see, you can't put the cops down like that.
Correct.
Because they're trying to do their job. They're trying to protect you. I know things have to be improved, but it'll happen. It should happen. And if you keep putting them down, right, it's never going to happen. You have to encourage police. You have to appreciate them. Only then they're going to do their job much better. Much more people's lives can be saved through this.
Yeah.
Not downgrading them. Very easy for people to sit behind the comments, behind the computer and type whatever they want. But to get into action and do the job right, it's not that easy.
You know what? During 2019 World Cup, when Dhoni was not able to play against New Zealand in few last final overs,
Okay.
and India finally got defeated.
Oh,
Dhoni's daughter got rape threats. She's just 2 years old.
that time.
That time, yeah, 2019. and
2-year-old daughter.
2-year-old online. This has gone to that extent
So
that
disgusting.
it's very disgusting.
I mean, then what? These people are what, like some toys or what? Like if they win, all good with them. If they lose, you send them all kind of threats. What kind of a cultured mindset is this?
This is one of the case, but you see how
Uncultured.
these celebrities go through. Celebrities go through the cyber
Bullying. big time.
bullying every day. Every day. I think I have seen in one of the interviews.
Not just celebrities, right?
Yeah.
Normal people also have seen on Instagram reels, right?
Correct.
They very normal people who upload reels.
Yeah.
They get bullied so badly.
Yeah, I know.
I know many of them don't care and they still continue, but many of them, like, they even go to the extent to commit suicide also.
Yes.
of
What if
cyberbullying.
Pavitra Gowda would have done the suicide with that message, and possibly Renika Swami would have not been convicted? But now Darshan has shown his aggression.
That's what. So it's a very sensitive thing that happened right within that circle. So
Correct.
if he did something like that to her,
Yeah.
she should have informed the police. Or if she informed this to Darshan,
Yeah.
if she informed this to Dboss, then they should have informed this to the police in the first place.
Correct.
And then dealt with that situation in a much better way. But taking this in your own hands would lead to a very disastrous event, like whatever happened. That's the sad thing about it. And we feel very bad to see Dboss in such a state. It's not like he's a person who keeps doing such things, right? He's helped so many people. He's helped so many animals. He's a good person. Even though on stage he himself has told he's not a good person, but it's just things. But he's a good human being. Apart from whatever, he's a very masculine human being.
Yeah.
So those qualities, traits are there. But apart from that, he's good. But this event was very unfortunate.
What do you think at the end Darshan will be punished for this or not?
See, if it's under the law, and if really he did what he did, then the law will definitely give justice. Already certain news channels I'm seeing that netas are trying to cover up. That's their term for minister. Netas are trying to cover up.
Showing the image of ministers, law, police in a bad, disturbing way. So it's a job of media. So stop watching this wrong media and watch few really good content.
Correct. So even then, it's very difficult for common people like us to really understand this, because even with that Pune Porsche case also, right?
Correct.
Same thing happened, and police were denying so much. But we don't know whom to believe. Media's talking about cops like that, but cops are saying no, we did the sample. So it's a very difficult thing. We don't know whom to believe. How can we bring that transparency in this country to a much better level? That's the thing. Instead of people bullying people online, right? If they start pushing people to a better place, appreciating them, and bringing positive things into the society, I think a lot of things will change. It's such a powerful tool. All you have to do is just control your emotions and try to be encouraging to your fellow human beings. That would change a lot. You might even save people's lives from it. So that's the thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but when you're apart from that, when you're being bullied online or harassed, like I said, the best option is to ignore. If not, use the law. And if also that doesn't work, use the people around you and use social media. That would be the best option.
So if you have any other points so where you can handle this in a better way, you can comment and we will reply on that, and possibly we might make a video on this. So please comment, and we want to see your comments.
Definitely. And don't fall into depression if any such thing happens to you. Fight it. Know that there is justice in this world, and you will always try to find it. And we are all there with you. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey everyone.
If you find our video interesting,
If you enjoyed our video,
please like and leave a comment.
subscribe to our channel. Thank you.